everybody, welcome to Improv Separately Together. I'm your host, Philip Whiting, and today, the owner, the leader, maybe? I don't know. Alchemy Comedy's own Harrison! I can hear him outside screaming.
Filmed in front of a live audience, but they're just all 6 feet away outside.
Yes, definitely 6 feet. Thank you for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me, man.
Would you like to talk about yourself for a little bit?
Oh, can I please? So I'm Harrison Berkey. I'm the executive director of the Alchemy Comedy Theater. And been doing improv and sketch comedy for a long time. I'm also a part-time high school teacher, so in the mornings, normally, when we're not quarantined into our house, I teach high school history and economics and current events and things like that. I am married and have 4 little children under 7. And that's been consuming most of my life in this tiny house that I live in.
I thought it was 20, but it's only 4. Okay.
It's only 4. Although I did tell the government it was 20 when they started sending out checks per person.
Oh, yes.
So, come on.
Ooh. Gotta pay them theater bills somehow.
That's right. Tax fraud. That's how I pay it.
So, as I'm telling everybody, I'm checking in with the show with improvisers, non-improvisers, just seeing how they're doing, because we're all going through the same thing right now. And just going to ask you about 4 or 5 questions, and then we're going to meet a friend of yours and knock this out. How about that?
Sure. Yeah, I'll find a friend.
All right, awesome. So, with this whole coronavirus going on, what's changed in your normal day-to-day process?
So, I've kind of had a realization that my whole life has been committed to interacting with people in person and getting other people to interact with other people in person. So, like being a high school teacher, running an improv theater, doing improv shows, teaching improv classes, spending time with my family. All these things are like in-person events. And this, I feel personally attacked by COVID-19. And so, everything that I normally do, I can't do. So, other than spend time with the 6 people who live in my household, all of my other normal life is shut down. As I'm sure it has for a lot of people.
Yeah, I'm not even going to work, so. And obviously we're not doing shows.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay, so since we're being forced to be home so much, what do you like about that?
I have a lot here, which I think is great. I'm an extrovert, and so I'm around people all the time. My wife's birthday is coming up, and I told her I think for her birthday a friend of mine has a small cabin. I think I'm not taking my kids there for a night and letting her be alone for the first time in a month and a half. And so I think I'm enjoying that. I think I'm really enjoying being around my kids. My kids are young, and so they're missing things at school, but they're not seniors in high school or even 5th graders,
Right.
And so it's not necessarily a huge transition year for them, and they're going to make up the content they're going to miss. So for them, it's obviously been spending more time going on hikes and playing card games and doing a little bit of schoolwork and playing Mario World.
Right. I don't have the Mario World, but I've been playing a lot of Call of Duty. So.
Right. Yeah. I would say on most days we're doing fine. We're doing good. Yeah.
Nice. So on that same type of question, what do you dislike about having to be home so much?
Yeah, it's the lack of variety. It's the same thing. And I think for my kids too, I think they really miss spending time with other kids. They really like school, because in school they get to do a bunch of different things. We started doing the Greenville County Schools offering school lunches you can pick up on weekdays. And we started doing that more and more, just as like a variety of types of meals. Harrison and Tracy can make a couple dozen things, but it's now been a couple dozen days. And they've had a lack of variety of just things to eat and things to do. I think that's been hard. I think, them not being able to do that. We actually had an Airbnb booked before all this happened, like early January for spring break. And they had to cancel like a couple days before. And that was my lowest moment. I was really, really bummed, probably for the first time. Just because it'd be nice to have a change of scenery, be in the middle of nowhere and be alone in a different place,
Right.
And we were able to, someone else offered up a place for us to stay, so we were able to go somewhere in this tiny little cabin for a couple of days, which was great. It was just so nice to be away from home and then come back home and be excited to be back home.
Right.
That felt great. So, I think the lack of variety has been tough.
Yes, that's how I feel when we go to the grocery store. I'm happy to be back home.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
It was weird. Like I went to Publix last week, and they finally had it to where only so many people were going in. Well, since the last time I had gone, so I actually had to wait in line outside to get in, which which that was weird. But they're constantly coming and going, so it wasn't too bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, I like to get out too. Mostly it's just to go wash my car because I pay for the monthly fees at the car wash.
Oh, I have not my car washed. Is that an essential business?
Well, they actually don't. They don't let the vacuuming part. All that's closed. Sense. You can only go through the car wash. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
So at least
that makes sense.
At least I was able to get all the pollen off my car because my new black car looked yellow. So,
yeah.
Okay, so what's the thing you are missing the most right now?
We've been trying to do some rehearsals online with the theater, and I'm teaching a sketch class online, and we're going to start doing a free jam online coming up in May. And as I've been doing these things, something I've noticed that is happening a little bit, that happens all the time when you do improv regularly, is you just kind of click into the improv, and everything else fades away, and you forget about the day, and you forget about what you're eating for dinner that night, or what's happening at work tomorrow, and you're only focused in on this warm-up or on the scene or on the show. And there's this feeling that happens in your brain, and it's like a feeling of meditation, where your brain is just only in the present, which is really our brains like that a lot. They don't like constantly working on a lot much of different things. It's very tiring. And when that happens, it feels great, but I just not happening a lot. Right. It just doesn't happen nearly as much. I remember when I've taken some paternity leave breaks for each of my kids from improv, and when I came back, that was always the thing that I missed the most. It's just the chance to be doing something, and I'm only doing those things.
Right.
And really, when you're at home working, that just doesn't happen, you know? And when you're at home taking care of kids, it's inherently scattered, and your brain's just not made for that in the same way.
Yeah, I think if I hadn't started this show, I would be beating my head against a wall because I'd have no creative outlet to do it.
Yeah. I mean, even this is nice in that we're only really worrying about each other right now.
Right.
And it's much easier, yeah. And which is why we had to film this at night. So there are people.
20 kids.
20 kids, IRS.
Okay, so let's picture that day when all restrictions are lifted. We can just go and do whatever we want. What's the very first thing you would like to go do?
I mean, the thing that we've probably done the most is nature hikes, and that's kept us alive. That's given us a good variety. I mean, we've seen probably 14 waterfalls in 35 days. I made a list of nearby nature hikes, and they're organized by distance from Greenville, South Carolina. So I can share that if you want. So I think the thing that I'm really looking forward is doing that, but with a group of people,
right.
And being able to do it without being nervous about being around people.
Mm-hmm.
You know. I mean, be able to go to a cabin trip or a vacation with family and be able to do those types of things, but not just with the same types of people, with other people. I live in a neighborhood, and right outside my window here, we had a neighborhood hangout 2 days ago, but it was like so sad because it was like 4 or 5 couples, and we were all it just looked, we were just so far away from each other, and it was it's similar to. It's similar to this interaction now, where it is good and feels nice, but it's just not the same thing. You know, you're just not able to like interact with people in the same way, and everything's just harder.
Right.
You know, yeah. So I think I'm looking forward to I'm looking forward to doing it all in person again.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how I feel about like the practices, because like, I mean, haven't really jumped into like our style real hard yet, but it's like. I know I can't run out there and tag that person and start the new scene. Right. It's all like I gotta do the X's or whatever, and they're not paying attention. So
that's right.
I'm looking forward to saying, Harrison, get off stage.
yeah, because I mean that's one good way to describe what's going on now. Everything we do is just so much harder. Mm-hmm. Right, getting groceries is harder. Doing work is harder, even if we're doing less work. I mean, alchemy is doing less things, but the things that I have to do for alchemy is so much harder. Yeah.
So something that's been happening with me is like during normal times, as we call them these days, we would go grocery shopping on Saturdays. We've been going on Friday mornings because we're both home. And then I have no idea what day it is for the rest of the week. I'm going, no, tomorrow's Sunday.
Yeah.
No, Saturday. Yeah. So
yeah. One thing that's probably helped me, though, is being a high school teacher is I've essentially been a high school teacher my entire career for 10 years. And so I've always had summers off. I've never had a year-round job. I mean, the theater's a year-round job, but I'm not going into work every day to a boss.
Right.
And so I'm somewhat used to that amorphous time period where you don't really know what day it was. Where some days you're up late and some days you're up early. Because the theater, we do shows at 10:30, and I have young kids who get up at 7.
Right.
So it's funny, that actually has not been as negative impact on me, just because that's kind of the life of a summer teacher.
Right,
you know,
right.
you kind of forget what day it is and things kind of mix together. Yeah, but it's very bizarre. It just happens very regularly. You kind of just admit to yourself you're not going to remember what day it is. I mean, it's Thursday. Yes.
Yes.
We're filming this on a Thursday.
Thursday, 9 o'clock was the late time that you gave me.
That's right. Yeah.
All right, so that's all the basic questions. So I hear you brought someone with you today.
Sure. Yeah, I can find a friend. Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead and get them. I'll do another real quick introduction, and we'll meet them. How about that?
Sounds good.
All right. Harrison's gonna go get his friend. Who knows who it's gonna be? I might turn around. He might be there. He might not be there. Oh, he is there. Hey, welcome to the show.
Hello. Nice to be here.
Hi. My name's Philip. Who are you?
My name is. You know who I am? I'm President James K. Polk.
It's President Polk, everybody.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you.
So you know,
Thank you very much.
you know what's going on in the world today, right?
Oh yeah, it's terrible.
Very,
yes.
Very, very. So I'm just connecting with people and interviewing and asking about 4 to 5 questions. Are you willing to be interviewed?
Sure. I'm the president of the people.
Hey.
Okay.
And I'm a
have
people.
To hear from my constituents.
I am a people.
Sure. Yeah. If we'll just keep it short, I'm a pretty busy guy.
Oh yeah. Five questions. 5.
5 questions. Okay. Sure thing.
All right. So with this whole virus going along, what's changed in your normal day-to-day process?
Not really much. I don't leave the White House very much. My plan is I'm only going to be here for 4 years, and I'm going to work my tail off. And so, honestly, I don't do a lot of handshaking. You know, this is honestly one of the first media interviews I've given to a local newspaper. And so it hasn't really changed much for me. I mean, I still want to get America back on track, keep us rolling. I mean, I don't want to, can I, you want a hot story?
Bring it.
We're going to get California.
Oh, we're going to get California.
It's going to happen still. Even amid the virus, we're going to do it.
That is quite amazing.
Yes.
Okay, so you're basically in the house all the time. What do you like about that?
The White House. The White House.
The White House.
Yes.
What do you like about that?
What do I like about the White House?
Well, what do you like about being there so much?
My office. It's the Oval Office. It's the best. It's the best place to work. You know, I mean, I have a place in my home, and it's nice to work at. But have you ever worked in the Oval Office, Philip?
No, I've never even seen it.
I mean, you have the legacy of presidents before you.
Oh.
Great presidents. George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Andrew Jackson behind you, encouraging you to work hard. And it's amazing when you have this. You say it and it happens. It's pretty great.
That does sound really great.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything that you dislike about being there so much?
No.
Oh, perfect.
I'm the president.
You are the president. Okay, so is there anything that you're missing right now because of what's going on?
Yeah, there is a lot of concerns about the virus, right? And if they keep using this word virus, right? I'm not sure I am familiar with the word. It is distracting me from my core plans,
Mm-hmm.
right? I mean, I want to get America's economy back on track and strong. Get us some kind of national banking system. You know, I want to take California. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right. And this is just another thing for me to tackle, but I can tackle it. You know, and I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it in 4 years, and then I'm gone. Okay.
Right.
I'm not ready for a second term. I'm out.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
I'm going to keep that promise.
All right. We'll get that done. So let's imagine that everything opens back up. You can do whatever you want. You can leave the White House. What's the first thing you're going to do?
I guess I can get more of the employees back in the White House. They haven't been coming in doing a lot of work because, of the quarantine. It'd be nice to get more employees coming and working hard. I don't know if my life will personally change.
So the first thing you're going to do is just bring people back
and get them to work.
All right, hey, that works. That makes perfect sense to me. That's really all the questions I have for you. So
phenomenal! Nice, quick interview. I like that.
Yeah. That way you can get back to work and get California.
Shh! Don't tell them now. Don't tell them.
No, not tell them.
Okay.
That was between us.
Okay.
Okay. So is there anybody you would like to say hi to before you leave?
Sure. Hello, Missouri. Hello, Maine. Hello, Kentucky. North Carolina. South Carolina. New York. Hello, Massachusetts. Hello, Alabama. Louisiana. Hello, California.
Ooh, you heard it there first. Thank you for being on the show. Go ahead and let Harrison come back and we'll finish the show out. Yeah. Let you guys in on a little secret. Someone's a history teacher. Oh, hey, buddy, what's going on?
How'd that go? How'd that go?
That was a blast from the past. That's what we'll say.
Oh, great. Fantastic. I'm glad it went well. Sorry, I went to the bathroom.
Oh, no, it's fine. So that's really all I have. Is there anybody out there in the world you want to give a shout out to or say hi to before we cut this off?
Hey, Mom. Thanks for changing my diapers. That's no fun.
Is that it?
That's it.
All right. Well, thanks for being on the show. Let me go ahead and finish it, and then we'll get back to talking. Hey, guys, that's it. Thank you for watching today's episode. Remember, when you're out there and all those people that are working hard to keep things stocked for you in the stores and everywhere, say thank you to these people because they are still out there having to work. And all the people out there that are fighting this virus head on, give them a shout out too. And remember, wash your hands, mask up, stay safe. We'll see you tomorrow. Peace.
You just start talking, I'll turn around.
Well, just turn around right now. Hey, everybody!